Well, welcome everybody to the Late to the Party podcast. It's wonderful to have you back. I'm trying to start here. I'm trying to get up and running. Everything's going. Everything's recording. Only problem is Bianca's not here. She says she'll be here at, let's say she'll be here at 4 o'clock. I can count for maybe 15 minutes late, but it's 5 o'clock now. So something's going on. So I better go and give her a call and find out what the hell's going on. Okay, let's have a look here. I have a trusty Bakelite phone. Let's just dial the number for my message service and see if there's any messages left for me. Oh, God, it takes forever. Okay, here we go. Yeah, she promised me that she'd be making it this time. No more excuses. Oh, God.
Welcome to your message bank.
Okay.
You have one message.
Yep, here we go.
3 minutes ago.
Okay.
Hi, Dan. I'm really, really sorry. I'm not going to be able to make it.
Oh, God.
My friend's baby has just had acupuncture, and it just didn't go there very well. So I'm just there with them for now. I was going to come, but I can't leave them. Baby's upset. Sorry.
Baby's upset because of who's giving a baby acupuncture? For God's... Okay, here we go again. Well, hello once again, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. I'm your host, Dan, minus Bianca. I'm thrilled to have you with us anyway today, because in this episode, we are diving into tools and strategies to support executive function, especially for neurodivergent individuals such as ourselves. Oh, I love the way my voice went up then. Whether you're looking for ways to stay organised, manage time, or boost productivity, we've got you covered on this episode. So let's get started. We've got a great interview with Shadia Hancock, and to help us do that introduction, I thought I'd go and get my daughter to come down and do that intro for me, just so it breaks up me talking all the time. So I'm just going to go and get her. Hang on a second. Okay, thanks, Eloise. Just sit there. That's it. Thank you. Well, Bianca's not here, so I need someone else too. I need a voice. I need a different voice. Can you please just read the bio of Shadia for me?
I'm meant to be studying for my
be professional.
assessment. Great.
Forget your schooling. This is more important.
Yeah, more important apparently.
Go.
Okay.
Nice and close.
Shadia is
sound professional. Sound like
Oh my God! I'm gonna kick you in the nuts.
Welcome to Radio 3MP. Like that. Go.
Shadia is the.
Cut.
I'm not lowering my voice. This is as low as I can go.
All right.
Shadia is the proud owner and founder of Autism Actually, and enjoys presenting and consultancy.
Oh my God! I thought you were a professional. What am I paying you for?
What's consultancy?
Enjoys presenting and consultancy.
Oh. They are also an ambassador of the autistic-led organisation Yellow Ladybugs. Shadia is currently studying a Bachelor of Speech Pathology honours and recently completed a certificate. What's IV?
Oh my God! You're just about to go into uni. It's 4. That's 4. You don't know.
Certificate 4 in animal behaviour and training.
That's what I had to get when I became a parent for you. I had to get my certificate 4 in animal behaviour.
Did you cheat? They have professional interests in autism, communication, access and supports, and animal-assisted services. Shadia was formally identified with autism at the age of 3, generalised anxiety disorder at 14, and ADHD combined type at 23. Being non-binary, they enjoy discussing the intersectionality of autism and the LGBTQIA plus community. As an autistic person with experiences accessing therapeutic supports, Shadia is passionate about sharing how to view autism from a neurodiversity affirming perspective.
Oh, that's a great finish. Thanks a lot.
I have to do the other ones?
No, you don't have to do the other ones.
Thank God.
That was it. I told you 2 minutes. I mean, the professionalism is, it's there already, isn't it?
Go back to working on my... Oh!
What the hell you just do? What have you done? Why is that music started? Oh, my God, this girl.
That's my exit music.
That's your exit music. I can only apologise for my daughter's inability to read properly. But there we go. Bio's done. Okay, let's get this caboose loose and turn up the juice. On to the interview. So we're together to basically talk about. Well, I was going to sort of reduce it to like tools that help with executive functioning. Mm-hmm. But the more I've gone through, there's just so much scope. And then when I had a chat to you and saw the things that you were using, I thought, well, let's broaden this out a bit and just look at various technologies and apps that are being used. Mm-hmm. And, look, I can't wait. Well, what we'll do is we'll go through yours and you can tell me a little bit about what you do with it and a few other things. So your list started with Forest, which I am aware of. I've seen this one and I've got it on my phone, but I haven't actually tried to use it much. Mm-hmm. But what do you do with it? Future Dan here. So the app's called Forest, Focus for Productivity. It's an app available on the usual places. Forest motivates focus and time management through an innovative approach where users grow virtual trees by staying focused on their tasks, offering a visually stimulating and rewarding experience.
So Forest, I use every day. It's, as I'm sure a lot of ADHDers can relate to, trying to establish consistent routines, even though I really want to, can be a bit of a challenge, which includes using assistive technology. But the thing I like about Forest is that I guess some apps that are designed to improve your productivity can try and utilise, a rewards-based system or tiers or rankings. And for me, it just doesn't work, because then it becomes a pressure to get it right. And so when I fail, then I just lose interest. But Forest, it does have a deep focus mode, which means the plant dies if you exit out of the app, but you can actually turn that off. So I don't use that feature. And basically what it does is you can have 15-minute intervals up to about 90 minutes, the time period, and then it tells you when the time's up. And they've now just added a feature which can also remind you to take a break after, a set time and then come back. Yeah, it's been really helpful for me because you can have different tags. Like I've got one for study, got one for work, but I've also got things like rest, enjoyment, because I find sometimes if I get very hyper-focused on what I'm doing, I can forget to actually relax and do calming things. So then, you can actually track how many hours you've spent with your Forest, both at the top of the, the Forest icon, but also there's an actual forest that then develops over the day, week that you can view.
Yeah.
Really nice. And you can get lots of different types of trees, all different colours. And the more that you use the app, the more coins you get to get the Forest. And then it actually helps plant trees in real life, which is really cool.
That's really amazing. I thought that was fantastic. Why is it telling me to stop fubbing?
You can actually change the notes. So there are like motivational notes that you can put in, but I think it's in settings where you can actually change that if you don't like it.
Oh, so it's basically because I turned it on and I'm holding it and I'm pressing things. It's saying go back to your work.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is like, okay, I want 15 minutes of I just want to be attentive to the task I'm doing, and this is going to sit there. Do you put it in front of you so you can see what it's doing?
Yes. So I will leave it there while I'm working just as a reminder and just say, oh, yes, I've been focusing for this long and this is how long I have. And so that's really helpful as a visual reminder, particularly because if I don't have structured time, I find that the phone can be a major distractor for me.
Yes, yes.
It's very easy to go doom scrolling on social media and then getting off track. whereas that just acts as a visual anchor for me.
Wow.
And on the flip side, it also really forces me to take breaks. So whereas if I start to get really into something, I can spend very easily 4+ hours just doing that thing, having a set time.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, the struggle is real. But I find that that's what I do. And then even when you exit the app on the phone, it will have on your lock screen, it will show the timer as well.
It said put down your phone. Oh, how do I know, though? If I put the phone down, how do I know? And is the plant growing as I'm sitting here and the timer's going down?
Yeah, so if you log into the app, you can see it starts off as a little sapling and then it starts to grow. Yeah.
Okay, so you plant a tree and get your things done. Now I'll put the phone down, so it's happy with me doing that. So it's giving you little prompts as you're going along to say, come on, keep going.
Yeah, and I think it's just stuff like you can do this and,
Yeah.
And, in settings, if you go to custom phrases, you can put your own if you don't like.
Oh, I love that.
Phrases.
That's so cool.
My favourite plant is the dog one because it starts off as a tiny, weeny little puppy head and then it grows into a full dog head, which I think is really cute.
God. So it's very specific then, like as a tool. This is very specific. It's about allowing yourself to be focused, and it's just helping you do that.
And for me, it's funny,
it does it
I
well.
originally got it for study because they talk about the Pomodoro method and things like that. But I found I use it for a lot of other things. So as I mentioned, I use it if I want to just have an enjoyable activity and set time aside, because I find that sometimes I can get really into productivity mode and that I must do all the things and I need to do it all the time. But being able to switch my brain to something else and something that's not always productivity-based has been a struggle for me. But then in a funny way, like making it a time interval and saying, I've had 60 minutes doing this enjoyable thing dedicated to this, gives me a bit of structure in my day to do that. So I think for me, the visual side, it really does play to my strengths with that because it makes it very clear.
Yes, the visual. Okay. That makes sense. It's I think it's really good, and it's interesting the word you used, like active. It's active switching, and I think that's also switching. It's active switching when you're completely aware that I'm going to switch now, and something's going to be aiding you to do that. Instead of just sort of fobbing around and like, what am I going to do now? Or, I guess I'll get to this in a second. You actually, you're accessing that part of your brain that says, okay, we're actually going to, executive function, this is going to happen, we're going to do this now. That's really good.
Yeah, I found it a really great tool, and I've sort of convinced some of my friends to try it, and they've loved it as well.
Okay.
And we've added each other on it so we can sort of check in with each other during the day. How have you been going with stuff? A bit of body doubling in there. And I think you can do shared focus.
Okay.
And so sometimes cool. I'll just go, right, I'm setting my timer now. What do you need to do in the next hour? It might be doing the dishes or something really non-preferred, and then we'll check in after an hour. Go, so how have you been going? How's your forest going?
And it gives you a good feeling when it's grown. Then at the end, it's like yes,
it's like woo.
Well, that's a good one. That's a thumbs up from both of us, I guess.
Stay focused and you see forest is made for me. Woods that are green and free. Picking your favorite stream. Thoughts don't stray. Keep distractions away.
The next one, which is an interesting one, I've never heard of this one, the Otter AI. What in the world is that? It says never take meeting notes again. Get transcripts, automated summaries, action items, chat with Otter to get answers from your meetings.
Yeah, so I was recommended Otter to start writing down lists and things, but it's actually not how I ended up using it. I probably don't use it as much as the other apps, but I found it really helpful so you can actually set it up to join meetings and take notes for you and summarize, which is great for if you struggle with that. It was actually really funny when I was still sort of playing around trying to figure out how it worked. It actually joined a meeting without me knowing that I wasn't able to attend, and I got an email back from the organisation. It was great seeing you. Thanks for the notes. I really appreciate it.
Oh my God!
And I debated whether I should tell them actually it wasn't me. It was the AI.
Is it an actual otter? Hi, Future Dan here. Just wanted to tell you that at this point, it absolutely buckets down at Shadia's house, so you'll be hearing the sound of rain on the roof, just if you're wondering what in the world that noise was.
No, sadly. I thought it would be, but it's just in the app. I mean, maybe that could be a new design feature for any Otter AI designer.
Typing away, trying to make the minutes.
Yeah. That would be very cute. That would definitely make me...
So you can use that for work then? Have you tried to use that for work?
Not really, to be honest. I've used a transcript software before, but yeah, that has, for example, has options to, if you go into, I'm just looking it up, where it has notes, you can just use the voice feature to put it straight into the notes. So it's actually... so I can view, for example, the summary of meetings that I've activated it for and transcript and things like that. On the free version, you get 30 minutes of the transcript.
Right. $8 a month appears, from what I can see.
Oh, right. Okay, that's not too bad. But, yeah, there's lots of things you can do with it. But I just thought I'd mention it, because, not all of them I've used a lot, but I can see how it would be very helpful.
Okay.
And then... you can chat to the AI on it, you can message them, but you can set it up so then you can get it to take notes for you while you attend meetings and things, and it all has it there for you.
I think I need to say at the moment as well that we're both experiencing a thunderstorm. And so you might. I'm not sure until I listen back to it. I'm not sure if it's going to be it's some pretty powerful lightning and thunder's been happening, and my dogs are probably freaking out upstairs.
My dog has gone into her crate, I think. I can't hear anything from her. Or on the couch. She is not afraid of thunder, thankfully. She just looks at it like it's a massive inconvenience to her life.
Well, the next one is interesting because it's also one that other people have had recommended when I was asking, what do you use? And the person was, and this is what I do with the names on our private Facebook page. I don't say people's names. So then what I do is I find a way to make a name that sort of matches the first and last name a bit, but in probably no way that anyone else would understand. So this...
Yeah, love it. Love the code name idea. Can we get our own?
And I always find it funny when I say to the person, did you know it was actually you I was talking about? So he's like, does Xanity's birthday know who their name is? So it was Xanity's birthday that recommended Goblin Tools, and they use it to break down tasks for assignments, for planning any type of event, and it's great for recipes too. It seriously changed my life. So what do you use it for? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 aspects to it. Which ones do you use?
So I have used mainly, I haven't actually looked at the other things. The recipes sound amazing because I hate cooking with a passion. Initiating, planning, all that stuff. If someone could just come in and get all the ingredients for me and place them down, that would be great. So that's good to know. But the main one I use is called the Judge, which is a tone reader. And I actually found it in an autistic group, and someone had mentioned this, and I thought, oh, that sounds interesting. And basically what it does is you could put in a message or an email, let's say you want to draft someone, and it will tell you how it comes across. So whether it's a professional, informal, do you sound angry, So for me, it's been helpful because sometimes when I'm trying to, I guess, communicate my needs to someone or reply, sometimes I don't know how I'm coming across. And in real, people said I can come across as quite direct and, blunt and no small talk and things like that. But I find, emails and text messages are even harder from that perspective because, of course, you don't know how the other person is sort of reacting on the other side or, things are missed. I know that in the neurodivergent community, tone tags have become very popular now, which I love because they're at the end of text messages and things that you can put like indicating sarcasm or indicating it's a joke.
Right, yes, I love that.
It just makes stuff so much easier.
Absolutely.
But there's been a few ones that I've gone, I don't know how this is coming across, and I just told me, you've come across as, sad but, polite or like whatever you need. So then I get a better idea of how someone else might read it at the other end, particularly if I'm dealing in a professional sense or I don't know the person very well. It's good for me to know, and it's given me confidence, particularly when I do want to actually assert myself and say, hey, I need this done. So going, okay, this is a good way of doing it, or I need to tweak this a little bit.
I'm using it. I've actually started using it, and I'm using it at work. It was interesting. I used the formalizer, which is basically the sort of the one before that, which is basically it says turn the spicy thoughts into classy ones, or vice versa. I had an email where I was like incredibly frustrated with the situation, been waiting a long time for a response, an answer to a request, and I'm getting more and more annoyed. Good morning. I have not received your responses regarding the next meeting date. Can you please respond ASAP? I thought I was probably being a bit snarky, so I put it into the formalizer. Good morning. I hope this message finds you well. I wanted to follow up as I've not yet received your input regarding the date for our next meeting. Could you please provide your response at your earliest convenience? Thank you. and said make it a bit more professional, And so then I put it into what they gave me, and I used that response. I put it into Judge, and I'll do that again. And Old Judge Goblin. What did they say about how they formalised my response? It said the emotional tone of the text can be interpreted as uncertain and somewhat hesitant. Yeah, the writer expresses a lack of clarity regarding how to respond, which indicates a feeling of being stuck and unsure. Well, it certainly conveys exactly what I was wanting to do. So it worked a treat. I love it.
Yeah, and that's what I found too. So there was an email I was trying to write to clarify something with a neurotypical person. And in the past, I'm sure you can relate to this, Dan, I've been, like, based on the replies I've got, and I've kind of gone, I think they may have misinterpreted my tone there because I thought I was being very helpful and constructive. But then my psychologist at the time said to me, yeah, but you're communicating differently. You're speaking two languages here. And he said, there's nothing wrong with how you've done it, but they're just going on their neurotypical way and getting offended, thinking you personally attacked them or something. I'm like, I didn't do that. It's all based off facts. Like, I just want to get to the point. And so I was like, okay, this email is kind of important. I'm asking for an adjustment. And so I was like, okay, I'll put this in. And it was like, oh, it seems like you're concerned, but, that you're requesting for assistance in this way. And I'm like, okay. So it helped me take that uncertainty out of, I don't know how people read. So, yeah, robots are great. They help.
They're brilliant.
A lot with
we episode 51 is about rejection-sensitive dysphoria. We spoke to Lindy Ralph, and she'd written an article, and with no doubt in my mind, if she'd used the Goblin tools, she wouldn't have got into that level of anxiety that she had in that situation. So it's really good, and I love the to-do lists too. You can just put in a whole bunch of stuff, and it'll break down as to how you should go about organising yourself, which is really good. The professor's awesome.
Yeah, and it's all free.
Free,
which is also
How
great.
cool is that? So all I did, the only thing that I found I wasn't particularly liking about it was the lack of sort of help and examples that, they could have provided on here, just to know how to get started, because I kind of gave up for a while with it, and because I just didn't know what to do with it, and I had to go and find a video to sort of help get me started on it. So it would be good if they had some sort of assistance with that kind of thing on there, just to give you, just to help to how to use it. And so, but otherwise, I think it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, it's brilliant. A general tone reader, and there's so much to it. So I highly recommend people go into that. The links are going to be in the show notes. Gobbling tools, breaking down tasks with gobbling tools, formalize words with gobbling tools, make a quick stack with gobbling tools, reading the tone with gobbling tools, making me smart with gobbling tools, gauging the time with gobbling tools, have a brain dump with gobbling tools. What is I can't even know. I can't even pronounce it. Iowa?
I think it's
Iowa?
Iowa. I actually heard about it from a recent YouTube video put out by Jess from How to ADHD, Jessica
Yep.
McKay. And she's great. I love her channel. And she recommended this mind mapping software because I love mind mapping. But I found the online ones a bit hit and miss sometimes. Like sometimes the layouts are a bit tricky to use, or they're not really intuitive, or the free versions only allow about 3 active ones or things like that. So I tried this one, and I found it was actually really good. And because I find sometimes with physical mind maps, I don't always know how to best plan them so they don't get lost in the page. So basically it's a mind mapping software. There's a free version which I use, and then there's a paid version which basically just gives you more types of graphics and stuff. But I used it the other day because I was trying to come up with a written piece for my university, and I just could not get started. If thoughts were racing in my head, which often happens with me, I just couldn't get anywhere. I thought, well, I'm going to put all my thoughts down into a mind map and break it down by, okay, this is the introduction. This is this is what I will need to do for this, and that. And so I find mind mapping helps me get over that inertia of I can't start.
That's brilliant.
Because at least something there written. So it ended up helping me, and then you can use different colours, you can use boxes, you can
Pictures.
use
It looks like you can use pictures too.
Yeah, and it's also got fun things like you can put notes in as well. So you can add reactions and text. You can do a whole lot of stuff. I haven't even explored it a whole lot. But yeah, I really liked that, and it was easy to read, and then you can download it if you wanted to print it out or share it with people. But yeah, I found mind mapping, definitely the context of assignments, super helpful, particularly if I'm getting stuck with not being able to start something, and the anxiety that then comes around with I don't know how to start this, and I want to be able to start this.
Me. That's so me. I'm going to have to look at this. It's $17 a month. I noticed what they have on. If you get that, they talk about there being an AI component, and also they seem to be specifically mentioning dyslexia, ADHD, and autism support. If you pay for the monthly fee, I don't know what that actually means, but yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, but yeah, I find the free one, like, it does what I need it to do, and I just like the fact that it's very easy to read, and it's very intuitive. Require a lot of familiarization with how to use it. You basically just put in the mind map and go run with it, basically. So, which is good for people like us, because I feel like if things are too complicated, I just get frustrated and then never use it again.
Absolutely. I've come across this when I've gone through all these, and if it makes it too hard to begin with, forget it. Not going to bother. Not going to bother. Now, one that I have bothered with, oh my God, is ClickUp.
Isn't it
You have
great?
no idea. Just quickly, it's like a project management software which features, with features including tasks, whiteboards, spreadsheets, document collaboration. It says it's free forever, but there's also pricing options, and I actually am now paying a monthly fee because it is just so damn good, and I'm using it for event planning. So there's an event coming up, and I've started using it, and I have gone deep into this wonderful app and spent many hours on it so far.
Yeah, yep. That's been me too,
Yeah.
Dan. But it is pretty much one of the only ones I've stuck to the most reliably out of most of the other ones that I have tried. I love the fact that it's got so much functionality, and so I use it for a lot of things. So I've got different spaces for like dog training. I've got it for weekly tasks. I've got it for personal. I even have now a book list of books that I want to read because I just find it sometimes hard to even figure out what I would like to read.
Really?
No, I don't read. And then I put my notes on all the books that I've read there. So I've done that. And then you can do cool things like link spaces or, different tasks to one another. So when you update one, the other one updates as well. So, I've got a pretty, probably a bit like you, it's become very sort of detailed, but it helps me a lot. And I put things like, for example, what's the priority? If it's a low one, I'll put it. If I need to get it done tomorrow, I'll put urgent. And then you can put due dates on, so then it lets you know via email or however you prefer. And so I've used it a lot for assignments because then I put subtasks in. It's like, you need to do this first, then this,
me
then
too.
this.
Yep.
And then it shows me a progress bar, so I can go, okay, I've done 50% of it, probably need to do a bit more. There's just a lot you can do with it.
Yep.
And there are lots of tutorials on their YouTube as well. So it is a bit, I'd probably say if you're not tech savvy, maybe it'd be overwhelming at first, but I feel like they've got a lot of support in how to navigate it. And they've got different functions, like you can have a board feature, you can have it in the form of a Gantt chart, you can have it on a list. There's lots of things you can do.
And you can ask AI at any time too. And we'll actually, if you're coming up with some ideas, just like the other one where you're just giving them, you make a list of the things that you want to do. And then I've just done that for my thing. And it's come up with an amazing list of some ideas of how I can go about getting things organised.
Yeah, it's very multi-purpose for me. And I didn't realise how much it would help until I started implementing it. You can get down like templates.
Yep.
You can save some of your pages in the settings. Then it transfers to other spaces if you like, the types of layouts you have. Definitely check it out if you are into, organisational systems and, just an easy way of, I find it easy, of managing daily tasks pretty much.
And collaboration. So I'm going to be sharing this with a few people, and we can all utilise this and put our documents on there. And look, it's just the best. And from what we've been saying, you can hear that it can do lots of different things. It's only limited by your own imagination as to what it can do for you.
Yeah, exactly. And if you, for example, have a friend that you want to share it with, you can actually share your template as well. If they want to use the same one, that's also a feature which is really great if you need a bit more help setting up things or, just need some ideas. It's wonderful. I would say it's one of my most frequently used assistive tech tools alongside Forest.
Oh, my God. We need to get in contact with ClickUp and tell them how much we're waxing lyrical about them and what are they going to do for us.
Yeah, can they sponsor us?
Yeah, that's what we need. They damn well should. We're saying a lot of nice things.
Listen, click up. I'm ready for any opportunities.
Just hook up with ClickUp. There you go. I've even given them a great marketing term as well. Anyway.
Click up, click up.
So the last three, I wouldn't classify as being like an app or anything like that, but it depends on what you do. So we've got OneNote, and you've got your reminders on your phone for shopping lists and personal dog stuff, and then you've got the colour-coded digital calendars. So for OneNote, what are you doing with that?
So what I really like about OneNote compared to, I guess, some of the other ones I've used is that you can have different books for different things. So mine is chaos because I'm very much a let's find the shiny information and dump it somewhere until I get to it, which never happens. The OneNote lets me do that. So I've got things like, for example, for my uni, if I've got ranges of practice areas, I've got different sections now for those, and I can just bring them up and put them in. I've done things like for lectures, you can actually import PDFs into OneNote. So then you can annotate. So then if I'm listening to a lecture and I want to view the slides as I go, I can do that whilst typing. It also has a feature where it can transcribe or dictate for you within OneNote. And so I just find it's got a bit more functionality than some of the phone or, like computer-specific notes. And there's also apps that you can get to have for it to sync to your devices, which I really like. It's got to-do tags. You can there's lots of things you can do with it, and I just found it's been really helpful for me in tracking my note-taking and the fact that I can just search through all of them if I think I really want to find out this specific word or where I put this set of information to get it and bring it out. And I do like, as I said, I do like the fact that you can transcribe directly into one.
Transcribe data with voice transcription. Like it's very interesting. Because my company's got the old Microsoft stuff going on, so this is something I could actually utilise. I'll have to look at this.
Because I find like Word's great, but I find OneNote because I can see it and it's all there. It's much easier to manage than separate Word documents.
There's lots of good stuff on there. Well, that's worth people having a look at. And the last one, which was interesting, because I do the same thing, is like colour coding. And it doesn't even have to fall down to calendars, does it? Like I colour code everything, spreadsheets, and people look at it and go, "What are you doing?"
I know. I'm the exact same. If it's not colour coded, it's not sticking in the brain. That's it.
Not at all. It's so important for getting your eye to go, oh, hang on, straight to the green, I need that, or straight to that, and I can go and see it straight away. Otherwise you'd be lost, wouldn't you? It's like, as you said, it's a sea of information, and I guess it's the same with like too much audio noise. You know what I mean? It can be very tiring, and it's very tiring for the eyes if you don't have colour coding.
Exactly, and then you're having to sift through what type of activity is this, and how important is this, and do I have to be somewhere, and all that sort of thing. And I do like checking my calendars often for that sense of certainty because I like knowing what's coming up next, and I like being prepared for things, particularly as in the past I've forgotten stuff and then gone, oh dear, I was supposed to be doing the thing that's starting now and I'm not there because literally out of sight, out of mind with object stuff. Like it's just...
It could have saved me from a lot of scrapes having that stuff when I was younger, when I didn't have anything like that.
Yeah, how did you survive without technology?
I don't know how I didn't. I stuffed up a lot. Now, thanks so much. I love this list. It's really... it's so all-encompassing, and it's amazing how the stuff you picked sort of manages to meet the needs of all these different facets of your life, and you're using it in really interesting ways as well. And I love that we can use our imagination within this stuff. It's not just so, black and white.
Exactly. And it depends on the day. It depends on what you're doing. It depends if it's interesting enough for you.
I know.
And that's what I like about the fact we've got more options nowadays is that it does tend to be more to our neurodivergent brains than perhaps when I was younger and there weren't as many options.
And it works for everyone too. That's the thing. That's what I find funny is that any of these sort of techniques will work for anyone, for any brain type, I think,
Exactly.
It's brilliant. Now, anything
Well, if you want to learn more about my work, you can follow me on most social media platforms via Autism Actually, or visit my website at www.autismactually.com.au. Yes, thank you, Dan, for having me on the show. It's been great to finally be able to chat an info dump about one of my favourite topics.
What's some other favourite topics that you would talk about?
Oh, gee, science fiction, animals.
I know we've got to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the animals thing's got to happen. We haven't really covered that at all. We talk about them, but we don't talk about why they're so amazing, and then why they. And although we've just done this podcast now with Maggie on the animal assisted therapy, but our home dogs are therapy too. Oh, and there it is. Someone agreed with me. Okay, future Dan here. Well, at this point, 2 became 3 and Charlie's mum arrived and we began having a wonderful conversation about things other than what we were talking about, and particularly things as well that I've mentioned at the beginning of this podcast. But I never got to say thank you, Shadia. Thank you so much for your wonderful contributions, the amazing list of all the different tools that you use, and you've already got me on a couple myself, and I'm really, really appreciative that you spent the time to talk to me. She'll get to listen to this. Anyway, let's move on. Now, last but certainly not least is an app that I've been using daily. It's called How We Feel. It's been created by scientists, designers, engineers and therapists to help people better understand their emotions and find why did I say it like that? Emotions? And find strategies to help them navigate their emotions in the moment. It's super useful for all of us to start becoming aware of our bodies. How they react to our moods and emotions. Part of stimming is that it helps you place yourself in your surroundings. The sciencey term is proprioceptive feedback, which is that it provides a sort of neural representation of body mechanics to the central nervous system. Right, it's how we interact with the environment. With this app, you get strategies to help you sort of in the moment. Like in that particular moment, you get to see patterns emerging as well. So this is one I tried. I chose, I want to understand how emotions work. That was an option. There's other options like positivity, stress, relationships. It asked if I was high energy unpleasant, high energy pleasant, low energy unpleasant, and low energy pleasant. So 4 options. I chose high energy unpleasant at the time, and then I had to pick an emotion, and there's a heap of them. There's something like maybe 50, 60 different emotions, particular words to help sort of really drill down as to what you were feeling. I chose peeved because of something that was happening at work, mentioned before. So interestingly, I was asked to describe more specifically the feeling of peeved and what that meant, and I said it was just waiting for an approval for something important at work. It also asked me how often I want to be reminded to add my feelings. I chose 4 times a day, but you can do less than that if you want. It then asked me to try a strategy. So I chose a regulation strategy, and it basically played a video, which it worked really well for me. It asked me to imagine myself hearing the voice of someone close to me, and I immediately thought of my mum. It then asked you to close your eyes and listen to that voice, to be present with your feelings, as well as listening to what the voice is saying, and see if you can, re-say aloud what they're saying to you with the same sort of qualities, that same gentleness, that same empathy. And for me, I heard my mother say, "I love you, darling," and I immediately smiled when I was thinking of it. It was a really lovely feeling, and it worked. I felt better. I checked in again, and this time I chose low energy, pleasant. You can also do other things like add selfies, pictures that make you happy. There's a burn the negative, which is stories you tell yourself and let go of the stories. There's grateful moments as well as quotes. Oh, look, it's just an awesome app. Highly, highly recommend you give it a go. As I said, it's free. Just give it a couple of weeks and then have a look over time. What's going on regarding how you're feeling at particular times over a longer period of time as well, and you'll start seeing the patterns emerging, and you also begin to understand where these feelings are coming out, the situations, and you get to understand a little bit more of triggers and also what you can do to resolve it. So, how we feel? I feel bloody great. Okay, now let's have a listen to what the party poopers from the Facebook private page had to say regarding what they use. Okay, so who have we got first? We have names changed to protect the guilty. Anna Bourgeois. Now, Anna recommends something that I use as well, which is the Bionic Reading app. Now, Anna says this is just fantastic, and you can add it as a Google Chrome extension, and I think even on Kindle I've been trying to do that myself actually. In short, it is a reading helper for your eyes and brain. It makes some letters extra bold to make reading fast and keep effort low. It's a great tool for folks with ADHD, dyslexia, or anyone whose brain gets bored easily when reading. Now, Anna also recommends a smart speaker for the 1 billion timers and reminders as you think of them. Then you can yell at them from across the house to remind you. Now, we have 6 of them already at our place as well. Use it all the time. That's a very, very good recommendation. Now, Exanity's birthday recommends as well Goblin Tools. She says, I use it to break down my tasks for my assignments, for planning any type of event, and it's great for recipes too. It's seriously changed my life. Next is... No. I don't know if that's their name or not. Oh, no, it's... Okay, sorry. I'm going to have to black that one out. No, it's actually Iris June. Oops. Okay, may remember to go back and edit this. So Iris June says, I have severe ADHD but managed to stay on top of things. Just sticking to the digital ideas, this is what works for Iris. 1, automate everything. Automate bus pass reloading, water bill payments, you name it. It's automated. Number 2, have a daily to-do list. Now, while it sounds basic, I have a daily written to-do list. Ticking it off helps me stay in control. I know people who cope well with these lists, including one person who literally writes, have shower on his. So obviously there are plenty of apps and calendars that can replace the old pen and paper stuff. So, yeah, great idea, Iris. Now up to number 3. Acknowledge that I won't remember. I love this. We all get this, you know. So she says, use tools like alarms, apps, and calendars that remember for you. For anything, no matter how silly it feels. Now, Iris does something I do at work. Iris says, I will email myself. When I get to work, I have a reminder email in my inbox. Perfect. Now, Iris also has a low clutter house, and guess what? I have a great app for those of you who struggle to keep your house clean. Now, I won't get into detail with this one. I'll just say that it's called the Tody app, Tody app. Regain control over your cleaning habits with the help of our fun system backed by science and years of expertise. They always seem to say that. Has an automated to-do list, and every month you race against Dusty, which is a character, in a challenge that adapts to your cleaning style. It's a focus timer, so it looks a bit of pretty fun, and it's free, or premium's $9.99 a year. So hey, go and have a look. See, there'll be some videos on YouTube. Check out, see if it's good for you. Well, that's pretty much all the time we've got. As usual, a little bit of the old admin at the end of it. We've got our Patreon page, and we have our first Patreon member, which is extremely exciting. It's just awesome. As I've said before, there's costs involved. I still haven't gone to get those mics fixed. So we're all trying to save money at the moment. And look, if you can contribute, it's the cost of a coffee once a month. And as I've just said, it helps support us. If you can't afford it, no problems at all. We're going to have other members who will be able to do that. And, I cover the cost too. So it's all good. So anyway, it's called patreon.com/late to the party autism podcast. It's also on our show notes. And, compliment. I don't have to give the compliment to Bianca, do I? But what I will, I'll give this amazing compliment to my wonderful son, Henry, who just had his first market stall yesterday, selling his bonsais, which are called Zenrys, Zenrys, bonsai. And we've set him up his own business, and he made an absolute bloody killing on there. And he was a great salesman. I'm really proud of him. It's wonderful to sit back and see, as parents, we put a lot of effort into raising our kids because we find that it's a very high priority for us. So, to see him shine the way he did, it's just a wonderful thing. God, I'm starting to get good at these. So Bianca's not around, and all of a sudden I'm going to get really good at doing all these. Anyway, nice to see you, hear you, or not hear you. I'm not hearing, I'm not seeing you. Nice to be present in your ears. And I did have another big announcement that I said I was going to say this week, but I'm not going to. I'm going to save it for the next one. However, I do have a name for what it's going to be, and that's why I didn't do it before this. Next episode, I'll tell you about it. What's happening is not till next April, so it really doesn't matter. Have a wonderful couple of weeks, however long I take to do the next one. So I'll finish off with a little song that I've been recording, just an instrumental version because I can never get the vocals right, just to keep you feeling nice and calm and get you into the night, the following day, the morning, whatever's happening. Bye. Ira says, I will email my... God, I think I brained my damage.